Hey everyone, today is Wednesday, January 9th. I have a new chair. There's a phrase that I used the other day. I think it's an idiom, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, it was a saying I used that I learned a long time ago. And the saying, it's a derivative. Essentially, it's what does that have to do with anything? Or what's your point? Or, something similar to that. And I said, what does that have to do with the price of rice in China? And then I was like, well, what other ways could I say that? Other than what's your point? Because I grew up with that phrase, oddly enough. So it's like, what does that have to do with the price of oil in Texas? What does that have to do with the price of crab in Alaska? What does that have to do with the price of lobster in Maine? What does that have to do with the price of cars in Michigan? What does that have to do with the price of haggis in Scotland? What does it have to do with the price of victory? No, price of freedom. In Wing Commander 4, the price of freedom or victory or whatever. You get what I'm saying. It's there are so many ways of saying the exact same thing in English. It makes you wonder how other people say it on the other side of the world, or what they say instead. Or I mean, I recognize that other languages don't exactly have the English idioms, the way we say them. And I'm not a polyglot by any means. I don't know languages very well. I mean, the only other thing I know is no, I don't know much. Uh, so yeah. Oh, but on a completely side note, I finally have a bag that I'm taking with me to PAX East. It's just the right size for what I need. It has a shoulder strap or a handle and two handles, or I could use there's a part here where I can pull out backpack straps. So this is a very versatile bag. In fact, the middle pocket, the inner lining of it zips open, and you can roll it up, and you can have one big internal compartment. So I really like that. I'm only taking like 4 days worth of clothing, and I want to make sure I have enough room in there to bring any knickknacks and what have you back with me. So I'm still nervous about my trip to Boston, but now I have the suitcase and I have my bag and I have a few of the comestibles I need. All I need to do is just make sure I have enough clean laundry before the trip, and I have enough money set aside to just not worry about expenses for the weekend. Like I said in the past, I'm going to be gone from the 21st through the 25th. I'll be leaving on the 21st and I'll be coming back on the 25th. So I'm not going to be putting up videos then. I will probably, if I have the foresight beforehand, and if I get around to it, I will schedule videos to be released on those days. I could do that because YouTube has that fancy scheduling thing that I've played around with recently. Like I upload one night and then I have it released the next day, and then when it releases, the only problem with releasing videos a day later is you can't set it to auto share on Twitter and Facebook if you scheduled it, or at least it didn't work for me when I went to do it. Like I set up one video, I said share this on Twitter, share this on Facebook, and then I hit, it finished downloading, and then when it came time to publish it for everybody to see on YouTube, because it scheduled videos are private until they're published or set public, as it were, and when you schedule them, they're private, and then when the scheduling time comes, they just switch over to public. And it didn't send out the Twitter message, it didn't send out the Facebook message, so I realized I would have to do that myself. But this allows me to set up the annotations ahead of time, blah, blah, blah. So, but we are also nearing the end of my Bounty Hunters storyline for Star Wars The Old Republic. Last night, I hit level 50. You will see that in the next week or so. A little over a week, actually. You guys will see it. I think the videos I'm uploading now, I'm still on Voss. There's going to be a significant amount of in-between footage. I think today is episode 69, hardy har har. Tomorrow's 70. The day after tomorrow, so Friday's episode, is going to be like half an hour long. But that's because I didn't stop recording for any reason. It was one story mission. And at one point I got turned around, or no, I got killed at one point during it. There were so many bad guys. I wasn't crowd controlling well. My brain turned off for a minute. I don't know. But, so, yeah, Friday's video is going to be about half an hour. That's episode 71. And then I've got a lot of footage, and I think I'm good right now through Sunday, and then I'll have to start compiling the footage together again. So we should be good to go for another couple of weeks, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. A friend of mine recommended that I could go and visit every single one of the datacrons on each planet and, you know, comment on where they are and how to get to them and things like that. Or at least for the Imperial side of things. Now, I've already gotten all of the datacrons on Hutta and Droman Kos, and I don't remember if I picked up some in other places or not. I know I got at least one on Balmora. But it certainly makes it easier to visit the lower level planets again and pick up all the datacrons. That's for sure. And he said he was perfectly willing to tag along for that because he has several Imperial characters that need the datacrons anyways. So there you go. Also, last night, the side effect of hitting 50, I got a new suit of armor, which is PvP armor. And I'm waiting to hear back from the customer service people because there's another mission they just recently implemented with free-to-play that if you hit 50, you can do this mission. You get a datapad in the mail. You open up the datapad, and inside are 99 Taiwanese commendations allowing you to purchase a new set of equipment. And it is a set. Like, there's set bonuses and everything for 2 and 4 pieces. The problem with it is that they give you 99 and you need 100 for a complete array of equipment. And I don't want to do the stuff for the extra Taiwanese thing because you need to do a hard mode flashpoint or what have you. And I've been soloing the character. And so I'm like, oh, come on, just give me the one extra. Is this intentional or is this accidental? If it's accidental, please give me the one free. If it's not, well, I've got 99 Taiwanese commendations that I'm not going to be using. I could use it for the armor and leave the guns alone. I don't know. I don't know if the recruit PvP armor is better than or worse than the Taiwanese set. I think it's worse than. I don't remember. But, you know. So when you get to it, like I recorded, there's like a 30-second clip where I turned in a mission and I hit level 50. Right after that, when I've started recording again, you'll see me in a new suit of armor and that sort of stuff. But I think that was the last thing I recorded last night. I played for a lot. I fixed my game, found a script that I could type into a command prompt to let me turn on the 3 gigabyte switch for my memory in Vista so that I could keep playing beyond the 2.5 hour limit. Because Tor would keep crashing at about 2.5 hours. And so it kind of put a damper on things. But yesterday I put in easily 9 hours of gameplay. I finished the Hoth bonus series. I did both Voss bonus series. I did some space missions. I did a lot of grinding of companion gifts, like getting the gifts and stuff like that. And then I gave them all out. And then I recorded a lot of the conversations, like all of the conversations I did yesterday, I recorded. And then I started in on Corellia. I've barely made a dent in Corellia, and that's when I hit 50. The first zone helped me at 50. So while that has removed a little bit of the gas from my motor, as it were, hitting 50, because that's one of the primary motivators for playing a game like this, is hit max level. The other primary motivators are making this video series, getting enough affection with all of the companions so that I can share those stories with you guys. And I want to do that before I finish the Bounty Hunter storyline so that it feels rounded off. But also, I'm glad I'm getting all this done now because this spring is the expansion. So between when I finish the main storyline and when the expansion comes out down the road, I'll be playing through that. I'll be looking for the bounty hunter storyline. If they've added any more companion storylines, I'm gonna work on that a bit, and I'm gonna be recording those and sharing those with you because Sayafita is as much your character. Also, my battery cut out, so yeah, that was interesting right there. But also, my batteries barely hold any charge anymore. Yeah. So anyways, that was pretty much all I had left to say. Like I said, Sayafita is as much your character as she is mine, or at least as much the channel's character as she is, just mine. So I'm going to, as they expand the game, I will keep recording and sharing that footage. If I forget, sorry. I recognize it's not that big a deal. My mom was asking me a little while ago. She was asking me why I do this, and I'm like, it's something to do. Uh, I mean, in the meantime, whatever. Anyways, until next time.